Hi, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to solve top k frequent elements problem from the Leetcode. Consider this problem. They have given an integer array of nums and an integer k. Return the k most frequent elements. You may return the answer in any order. So they have given these numbers and we need to return what are the top k most frequent elements. Consider this example where given numbers are this and most frequency of one is 3. 1 is equals to 3 because 1 appears 3 times, and frequency of 2 is equals to because 2 appears 2 times in the numbers array, and frequency of 3 is equals to 1 because 3 appears only once. So they have asked top k most frequent element. So the most frequent element, that is the maximum frequency, is 3. So 1 is the most frequent element, and second most frequent element, that is frequency of 2, is 2. So 1 and 2, because they have asked k equals 2 here. Top k frequent elements. That means we have to return the two numbers which have the maximum frequency. Here 1 and 2. So this is the problem what they have given, where they will give numbers and k. We need to return the top k frequent elements. We can solve this problem in many ways. One way to do it is we can sort this number and sort this array, and then we can go through from beginning to end, and we can come up with a logic to count the frequency, and we can store these numbers in a priority queue or something like that. That is one way to do it. And other way is we can use a hash map where we can store the counts for each number, and then we can go through the hash map to get the count, and with we can insert these elements based on the count to a priority queue of size k, and at the end, like whatever the elements which are present in the priority queue, those will be the answer. That is one more approach. Here we are going to write a solution using a linear time complexity approach. uh, Initially we are trying to get what is the frequency of each element. So we will declare a dictionary named count. We will initialize it to an empty dictionary, and then we will go through the nums array. For num in nums, if count is in, if num is already in the dictionary of count, then we will just have to increment the count. This is not the case. We have to initialize count to 1 for our number. So by doing this, we will get a frequency of each number which is present in this list. So now we have the frequency. Now then what we can do here is we can declare an list of size 0 to frequency, 0 to length, because maximum frequency possible if array is consists of n elements, then maximum frequency of that array which is possible is n, because if array consists 7 elements, and if all are if all the values in the array are equal to each other, then the maximum frequency will be n. So we need a frequency array from frequency list of size total len plus 1, because we want index, we go by the index. By this index will vary from 0 to total len. If we have a list of length total length plus 1, then our index will vary from 0 to total length. We need this 0 to total length because frequency range can vary from 0 to total length. So we will declare an array named list named frequency. Frequency will be initially, it will be an empty list, but will be for I in range of len of nums plus 1. Now we have a frequency. Now we have a frequency list which consists of empty list. So I am going to write the contents of frequency list. At index 0, we have an empty list, and at index 1, we have an empty list. Similarly, if we continue this process at index total len, we have an empty list. So this is the content of frequency. Now we already know what is the frequency of each element. It will be stored in this. It will be stored in this dictionary account. So we can go through this count dictionary and we can add these elements to these frequencies. So for num frequency in count dot items, we can add frequency of num. So here we are going by the frequency. So frequency of frequency dot append num, because if any number has a frequency of 0, it will be stored in this list. If any number has a frequency of 1, then it will be stored in this list, and similarly every number which will be stored in a particular list corresponding to this index. This is the approach. Now after this, what will be the content of our frequency array? At index 0, we will have a list of all the nums which have frequency 0. At index 1, we will have list of all the nums which have frequency 1. Similarly, by this process, what we are getting at index total len, we have list of all the nums which have frequency total len. So once we get this list, then it is very easy to find. Now we just have to find the top k frequent elements. So in order to find the top k, we will iterate from the end of this frequency list, because the highest frequency, that is total len, will be at the end. So we will write a for loop for I in range of total length to 0, we will decrement by 1. So what we will do is we will try to append all the numbers which are present in this frequency. For num in, frequency of I, frequency of I will be a list. We are referring to this list and we are going to append this to our top k. Top k dot append num. At any point, if our top k length becomes k, then we need not have to continue this process and we can just return from here, return top k. So this is the approach that we are following and we will check whether it is passing all the test cases. So I think we made a mistake here, or I think we missed an I here. So here we are not getting total length. Okay, we can just declare it total length will be equal to length of the nums. Okay, first two test cases are passing and we will submit this solution and check whether all the test cases are passing. Yes, all the test cases are passing with this solution where initially we will get the count, we will get the frequency, then we will create a frequency list where each index consists of all the numbers which contains that particular index. So frequency, this is the content of frequency list that we have declared. At index 0 we will have all the numbers which have frequency 0, and at index 1 we will have all the numbers which have frequency 1, and at the end we will iterate from the end because we need top k frequencies. If this question requires like instead of top k, if you need like what are the lowest frequency of minimum k, then we can start iterating from 0. I hope you like this solution, and if you are interested in learning more about data structures and algorithms, you can consider subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching this video.